Hello everyone and welcome to SimpliCode's YouTube channel. Kaushal this side and I hope you guys are doing well. Today we'll take you through CSS specificity. In this particular tutorial, we'll understand what CSS specificity is and how it is used with HTML and CSS. But before we begin, let me tell you guys that we have regular updates on multiple programming videos. So if you are a programmer and if you want to learn something new, then consider getting subscribed to our YouTube channel and press that bell icon to never miss any updates from SimpliCode. So without any further delay, let's get started. Now we have been using CSS for quite some time now. We also already know how CSS is used to apply style to different HTML elements. But do you guys ever wonder what will happen if we are using a single HTML element with two different CSS properties? For example, let's say we have a div tag and we are applying the same style in a div tag with two different CSS properties. So what will happen? So basically that's when CSS specificity comes into picture. So CSS specificity refers to the way that browsers decide which CSS styles to apply to an HTML element. When multiple styles are competing to be applied to the same element, then it's up to the browser which one to use. The one with the highest specificity will be used. So specificity is determined by the number and types of selectors used in an HTML element. So a selector with more specific element, for example, if we have the ID attribute used within a HTML element, then it will have higher specificity than a selector with less specific element. For example, the ID selector has more specificity than the class selector. So we use both of them to style a HTML element. We'll understand this with the help of an example. So specificity can be calculated using a simple formula where the number of ID selector is worth 100, the number of class selector is worth 10, and the number of element selector is worth 1. What does it mean? So if we are using the ID selector, so it will have a specificity of 100, and same for the class selector, the specificity will be 10, and for the element selector the specificity will be 1. So that's how the specificity is calculated. Let's understand this with the help of a basic example. So here we are in a HTML document, and what we'll do is we'll create a simple div tag. Fine, let's give it a ID as, let's say, ID1, and then we'll use the class attribute as well as class 1. Fine, now close this and let's say we are writing over here hello world. Fine, this is the most basic example. Fine, save it, and here you can see we have hello world written over here on the browser. Now what we'll do is we'll move to the CSS part. We are going to use the style tag over here, and then we'll write over here hash what is our ID name is ID1. Fine, so this is our ID, and then we'll use the class name as well. So we'll write over here class 1 for class. So this one is the ID. So what we'll do is we'll change the color. So we'll write over here inside the ID attribute color. Let's say we want to make it blue. Save it, and here you can see the text turned blue. So here you can see hello world is in blue color. Now what we'll do is we'll use the same property, but this time we are going to use the class attribute. So let's say we are going to set the color here as brown. Fine. So what we did here is we used two different ways to change the text color, right, for this particular div. So here we have used the ID selector and the class selector. Now which one should the browser will apply? So as per the specificity rule, the color blue will be applied. Save it, and here you can see nothing changes. It's not wrong to use the class here, but if I comment this particular ID and save it now, here you can see now it's changed to brown. So the ID selector has more specificity than the class selector. So it's up to the browser, it's which one to use. It will use it according to the specificity of that particular element. So if we are using ID here, the specificity will be 100 or maybe over that, and if we are using class, the specificity will be 10. Fine. So if we are just write here hash ID1 and save it now. So here you can see now this one will have more specificity because it has 100 plus 10 and it has only 100. So if we are using both ID and class over ID attribute, so the ID and class will be used as per the browser. This is how we can use CSS specificity. Now we'll go through some more examples. So what we'll do is we'll remove this ID and class from here, and we are going to use two different elements. Now we are going to use the ID and we are going to use the what we can say element name. Fine. So let me just remove this from here, and what we'll do is we'll write over here first div. So div is the element name, and we will change the color to, let's say aqua. Save it. And here you can see the color is aqua now, which is blue, a shade of blue we can say. And now what we are going to do is we are going to use the ID selectors. So we'll write over here hash ID1 and we are going to use it again. The color we are going to change to yellow, save it. And here you can see it's in yellow color. Yellow is not visible, I guess. So let me do it red here. So here you can see the ID attribute is used because it has higher specificity than the element name. It doesn't matter if we are using it here or here. It has the highest specificity. So it will be used by the browser because the ID attribute always have the higher specificity than any other attribute. Fine. Similarly, we use a lot of different tags, like we use the, what we can say, the universal selector, which is represented by asterisk. And if we comment these particular sections, now what we'll do is we'll write over here color. Color is going to be, let's say, blue. Save it. And here you can see everything is in blue color now. This is the universal selector. It's always ignored. So if you are using here like hash ID1, or let me just uncomment this one, we'll cut it from here, we'll paste it here, save it. And here you can see the color is changed to red. The same goes for the element name here. So if we are removing this from here, and now you can see we have the div element here. Fine, save it. And here you can see the color is changed to aqua now because this HTML element name has higher specificity than the universal specifier. Fine. So there is the particular hierarchy for specificity. So every CSS selector has its place in the specificity hierarchy. So there are basically 4 categories which define the specificity level of a selector. First comes the inline styles. For example, this if we are writing over here like this, and style I'm mentioning over here, color if I'm writing over here, this will have the highest specificity. So color, let's say we are going to make it yellow green. Fine. What I'll do is I'll comment this particular piece of code from here. And here you can see now we have 2 choices. The browser can either choose the inline style or it can choose the, what we can say, this particular ID. Fine, to change the color of this particular text of hello world. So let us know in the comments which one will get the priority. So just for now, let's save this program. And here you can see it's yellow green, which we specified in inline CSS, right? So if I change the color here to some other color, let's use some different color over here, any color of your choice. Let's say we are using goldenrod, save it, and here you can see it changes. For ID, the color is red. It's not going to be red because the inline style always have higher specificity than any other element. Fine. Next comes the IDs. So right after the inline styles, the IDs have the highest specificity. We have already discussed about 100. So that's the specificity number. And after that comes classes, pseudo classes, and attribute selectors. And finally, at the end comes elements and pseudo elements. So we basically ignore the universal selectors every time. So this is the specificity. Let me just write it over here in the comment how it actually works. Okay, we'll write it like this. So the first one is inline styles, and the second comes IDs. So we'll write IDs over here, and the third one is always classes and pseudo classes. Fine. And the last one always comes the elements. Fine, the element name, or we can say pseudo elements. So we'll write over here elements and pseudo elements. Now, so these are the 4. Okay, so let me just. So these are the 4. So this is basically the specificity hierarchy of any HTML document. First come in inline styles with the highest priority of or specificity of around 1000. Then comes IDs with a specificity of 100. Then comes classes and pseudo classes with a specificity of around 10. And then finally comes elements with a specificity of 1. And The universal selector, as usual, we always ignore. So this is how the CSS specificity works for two different properties of one HTML element. I hope you guys must have got an idea about CSS specificity in this particular tutorial. If you still have any doubts regarding CSS specificity, then please feel free to drop them down in the comment section below and we'll definitely answer them for you. So that's all for this video, guys. See you in the next one. If you like this video, then do give it a thumbs up, comment your doubts below, and please share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe. SimpliCode. Thank you.